What's up guys, Deceiver here, back for another video. So today I'm going to be talking about a beginner tank setup. Now you can use this setup with literally any class in the game and it'll work. So this is just for basically just for regular dungeons and vet dungeons. This isn't really a trial setup, although you could probably do normal trials with it with no problem. But vet trials, you're going to want something a little more advanced than this. But this will easily take you through normal dungeons and vet dungeons, as it's what I use to actually tank those types of dungeons. Normal dungeons, you're not even going to take any damage really. Vet dungeons, you're going to be able to survive pretty much on your own, depending on which class you are. But yeah, you can pretty much survive and take care of yourself for the most part, even in vet dungeons. So let's go ahead and get into the stats and why I have everything allocated the way I do. Now, when I was using this setup on a different class, I did not need the extra health, but I've got it set up on my warden right now because I'm just not playing my warden as much in PvP. And that's pretty much how I decide who I'm going to tank with, is whoever I'm not playing a whole lot in PvP. I just switch my tank gear over to them and tank with them, change my CP and stuff like that. So my stat setup, you want to have more into stamina no matter what, because you're going to be blocking and bashing a lot and breaking free. You do want a little bit into magicka. You do not have to put some in the health. I'm lazy, so I like having that extra wiggle room just in case something goes wrong in a vet dungeon. Then I have that little bit of extra health to help me survive, but you don't really need to put any into health. I would recommend putting more into CP and more into magicka instead. As you can see here, unbuffed, we have pretty high physical and spell resistance. It's not the highest, but it's pretty high considering the sets we're using. We have 17k magicka, which I wish was a little bit higher. I might just take the health out and put it back into the magicka. Stamina's fine. I don't find myself running out of stamina very often, and my health is pretty great. I don't ever get, unless there's a one-shot mechanic, then I don't ever die very often. And when there's a wipe in a vet dungeon, I'm always the last one to die almost no matter what. Recoveries could be a little bit higher. You could run vampire on this build if you want to, but I prefer not to run vampire. On all of these, the food I run is going to be all stats. I'm going to be running that on all of them. And the Lord Mundus is going to be the best for this type of tanking, as it gives you that extra max health. Now, I'm going to show you the gear, but keep in mind you are going to want different traits from what I have, and I will tell you what you want. You do not have to run this monster set. This is just the tanking monster set I have, and it actually is pretty good. Gives me a lot of extra survivability, so I'm using Pirate Skeleton for now. What you're going to want for your head, chest, and legs as far as traits go, you're going to want Infused. Now, on the small pieces, you want to run Sturdy. I do not have Sturdy on my small pieces because I'm a scrub. I have Divines instead, which is giving me extra amount of health. So I would recommend running Sturdy on the small pieces, though. You don't really need to run Divines. That's just what I happen to have. Second set is going to be Warrior Poet. Gives you max health, gives you a lot of resistance, gives you more max health and more max health. Minor toughness at all times, increasing it by 10%. So the higher your health is, the more percentage you're going to get. So running Infused on the chest and I'd like to have it on the legs, but I just happen to have Invigorating, and I'm too lazy to change it. Like, the traits really don't matter because, like, with this setup, like tanking vet dungeons and everything, it's not that big of a deal. It's easy. And then I've got Divines on these, which I wish I didn't. On your Infused pieces, you want to have Stamina, max Stamina, and then on your small pieces, have Health. Another way you can do this, if you really want to put some money into it, you can put the Tri-Stat glyphs on them, but that's up to you. And then my second set is Plague Doctors, just a lot more max health and some extra healing taking. So as you can see, this is pretty much just a max health and resistance build, which is, it's not the best for like trials and stuff because you're not bringing as much utility, but tanking veteran dungeons, you're going to survive with no problem. And that's pretty much your job. It's just survive. I'm running a stamina recovery on the rings, and I'm running reduce cost of bash and block on the necklace. You could run more of those if you want, the shield play enchantments. You could run 3 of those, and that would help you out just as much as stamina recovery. I'm just lazy, like I said. I don't do a whole lot of PvE, but I do like having a tank so I can get into queues quicker, and it's the easiest, and it's perfect for being lazy. You don't have to do that much other than taunt and block. You do have utility skills and everything that you want to use, of course, but other than that, you know, it's really easy to tank as long as you know the dungeons and the mechanics. I'm just using a Plague Doctor's Dagger with defending. Gives me more physical and spell resist with the Crusher enchantment. Reducing the target's physical and spell resist, which is really good. That's going to help your team out. You're going to want to run an infuse shield with the stamina glyph on it. And then on the back bar, I'm running another defending Plague Doctor's one-hander with... I would recommend using a restore stamina glyph on the back bar, but I'm just using restore health because, again, lazy, haven't bothered to change it. This is all going to change once I actually make a tank character. I'm going to set this up properly and make everything the way that it should be once I actually make a tank character. The problem is right now I don't have a character slot for a tank character, so I'm going to have to buy a character slot. What the hell? I'll be right back, guys. This kind of glitched out on me here. Okay, and we're back. Got randomly DC'd, arguably the best part of ESO. You know, them random DCs and errors and shit that they have yet to fix. But yeah, anyway, where was I? I do not have another infused shield on the back bar. I've got a well-fitted one because, again, too lazy to go hunting for another Plague Doctor shield, so that's what I'm using. As you can see, I'm running all purples too. I'm not even running, I've not even upgraded anything. And this setup works just fine. Like I said, this is a beginner setup. This is not like, you know, top tier tanking setup or anything like that. So that's what I've got for all of the stats and everything. Let me show you what I am buffed up with my resistances. They get up to 33k on this particular class, which is pretty high. Most classes have a way to buff their physical and spell resist, so you should always be able to get around that 33 to 32k physical and spell resist mark. Now, let's go ahead and go into the skills. A lot of the skills are going to be based off of what class you're using, but there are a few skills that you're going to want to use no matter what class you're using. And the number one, everybody knows you're going to have to use Pierce Armor. And yes, this morph because of reducing their physical resist. So you definitely want to run Pierce Armor on the front bar. And you're definitely going to want to run Heroic Slash and Inner Fire, no matter what class you're playing. You also want to run Warhorn. As you can see, I don't even have it morphed on this class yet. This guy doesn't have like any tanking stuff set up, really. So you're going to want Aggressive Warhorn. You're going to want Heroic Slash. You're going to want the, what morph is the Inner Fire morph that you want? Inner Rage is the one that you're going to want. You could take Inner Beast if you have a lot more stam to use, but I like having, you know, a taunt that uses Magicka and a taunt that uses stamina. Plus this one's much cheaper. 1600 stamina is not shit. So you're always going to want some skills that buff your resistances. Some recovery skills would be good. Another utility ultimate, some self-healing, some shields, stuff like that is what you're going to want. And just a bunch of utility healing and your taunts. That's pretty much all you want. Depending on what class you are, depends on what you're going to pick for that stuff. You're going to want all of the heavy armor passives, of course. And I think that's pretty much it. Like, you could use Silver Bolts or Silver Leash if you want to be able to pull enemies towards you. So there's that as an option. You can use Bone Shield if you want to have a shield. Actually, I might. Yeah, I'm gonna chuck this on here. I don't use Crystallized Shield that much, but let's put it here and put this there. yeah, I'm gonna use Bone Shield because I like having the shield to absorb, big hits and stuff like that. But yeah, you can use Necrotic Orb as well if you wanna. If your healer is not using it, you want to get the Undaunted Metal passive and the Undaunted Command passive whenever you get that unlocked. But like I said, this is kind of a new guy, so haven't done all that yet. But yeah, that's a basic healing set or tanking setup for my Warden. Like I said, I'm going to be creating a tank that will be specified towards tanking, and he will probably be a Nightblade Argonian. If you guys don't know, Argonian is best in slot race for tanking. So I will be making that. I like tanking with Nightblade. I like doing everything with Nightblade. If you ask me, like healing with Nightblade's fun, tanking with Nightblade's fun, DPSing with Nightblade's fun. So I'll be making a Nightblade tank, and I'll be getting them, all set up the way that you should. Alternative headpieces you can use, Lord Warden Dusk or whatever it's called, is probably one of the best that you can use, and Blood Spawn's another good option. There's a bunch of different tanking sets that you can use. If you do have a lot of healing on yours, you could throw on Earth Gore if you wanted to, but your healer should be using that anyway. But like I said, I'm just using Pirate Skeleton because it's what I have right now. But yeah, you can throw whatever you want on for your helmet as long as it's, making you a little bit tankier, giving you some utility. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you guys what you can do for a beginner tanking setup. I might do a video for beginner healing setups and beginner DPS setups as well, but I'm only going to do that if you guys like and comment and subscribe on this video to let me know that's what you guys want to see. On a side note, if you guys want to help me out in-game with anything, as far as like in-game items I can really use, Zircon Grains and Zircon Plating. Like, I really need that stuff, and it's so expensive. So, or even just some deconstructible jewelry that's purple. If you guys want to send me that stuff, that'd be great. My @name is @Deceiver Gaming, as you can see right here. So if you guys want to help me out with that, that'd be cool. That's up to you though. Yeah, and until I can get another character slot and to make like a proper tank, then this is what I'm rolling with right now. So once I get that all set up and make a proper tank and everything, I'll make another video for that if you guys want to see it. But I don't do a whole lot of PvE videos and stuff like that. I just kind of wanted to do this. Yeah, it's kind of a filler video until I get some more PvP builds finished. But yeah, I figured it might be helpful for some newer players or some PvPers like me that just want to have like a character to do dungeon contents and pledges and stuff with. So yeah, if this was helpful for you guys, definitely hit that like button and comment down below if you guys want to see more beginner setups for dungeons and vet dungeons, stuff like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hey guys, just wanted to show you this product that I'm selling real quick. It includes coffee, weight loss supplements, CBD oils, hangover, sleep and energy patches, mood stimulators, and much more. If you'd like to support me and my channel, check out the links in the description.